Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Indiana Pacers. For Indiana, they've been a different team than the one we saw last season, and not for the better. They're currently 7th in the conference, quite a dip from where they were a year ago. A lot riding on the shoulders of Miles Turner. We'll see him in action tonight. Shaq, do you think the young fella's ready to help carry this team?
You know, he's still developing physically, has a consistent...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. For the Miami Heat, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Celtics. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat out dominated in that game, guys.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
Well, that's putting it mildly. They were in total disarray. I have no idea where their heads were that night.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this. So I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, DA. Absolutely. Thanks. Smitty, two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, but 20 years ago it probably would have played out a little bit differently.
Yeah, totally right. I can remember when you throw the ball, you isolate the bigs on the blocks, Kevin. You wait till they get double teamed. They take up most of the shot clock, and then they kick it out to you at the last minute, and that's where you shot the three. Right now, as you know, we see the game right now where the lane is wide open and it's played at a faster pace.
And it's going to be the Pacers off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. Sabonis and Turner inside. Russell Westbrook out there with Bogdanović. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. Shoots from the elbow. Westbrook with the bucket.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Richardson kicks to Oladipo. And the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul. Turner with the steal. Richardson against Bogdanović. Pass to Sabonis. He kicks to Westbrook. Oladipo with the block. Richardson against Bogdanović. Richardson the pass to Adebayo. To the middle. Kicks it out to Richardson. Oladipo against Westbrook. 5 on the clock. Lets it fly. Tipped away. On its way from Oladipo for 2. He can't get that one to fall. And Indiana will come the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and in that one they showed neither.
Also, they were late with their rotations for most of the evening. Gave up a lot of easy points.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Turner fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
No good on the free throw.
And the ceiling Turner has is impressive. Has the potential to be a dominant big man in this league. The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Prince misses.
You know what? He tried to lay it in at the point of attack. Just too much defensive pressure on that play.
Oladipo finds Richardson. Now here's Oladipo. 20 points for him last game against Boston.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
Here's Richardson. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Passes it to Turner. Here's Westbrook. Indiana moving the ball around. Kicks it out to Prince. Over George. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Miami. Still without a basket in the game.
And that had to be a defensive mix-up. They know he can hit from that spot.
Yeah, big miscommunication early. They allow his first points of the day.
Here's Bogdanovich after the Heat pick up 2. And the pass to Sabonis. Westbrook with it. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Westbrook. Steve, obviously every team wants to start a season strong. How do coaches and players create a sense of urgency early in the season?
I think it happens in preseason. It happens in the training camp where you're looking and saying, we have to get off to a good start. And a lot of times coaches are looking at their schedules. The back half of the schedules can be very tough. A lot of road games or a lot of playoff teams. That's why at the beginning you want to get off to a great start. And you got to send that message to your team and let them know the reason why. And I think a lot of times that's when players respond.
Well said. Now, here's George. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Pass to Sabonis. It's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And let's take a look now at Russell Westbrook's numbers. The past month has been surreal. 8th in assists, 8th in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Oladipo, right side. It's rebounded by Indiana. Prince with it. His last outing, 16 points for him. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Taurean Prince. The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game right now. First one falls for him. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
Now, here is George after Taurean Prince's miss. And George kicks to Richardson. Pass to Whiteside from 13, and that one drops. Whiteside's got his first points in this one.
A welcome sight for this team. Whiteside with the catch and shoot in rhythm.
Westbrook passes to Prince. Passes it to Sabonis. The kick out to Westbrook. Clock is at 3. Oladipo taking his time here. Here's Whiteside, and he banks in the layup. Whiteside's got his second basket.
He's got the touch early. Coach, keep feeding him.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominating.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some life back into them.
A different look for Miami. Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. Justice Winslow comes in for Bam Adebayo. And King subbed in for Josh Richardson. Leaf checked in for Indiana. Evans comes in for Bogdanovic. Now here's Oladipo. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Now we have a moment to see the best rebounding teams in the league. The Heat third, the Pacers in fifth.
And you know, anytime you get these two teams together, it's going to be physical. Both of them really go after it on the backboard.
And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time. Pacers trail by 5. Away. 6 to shoot. They need this. Nurkic with the block.
I mean, you can see it. He's way out of sync. It's been this way all quarter for him.
There's Winslow. It's hauled in by Leaf.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Prince up top, defended by George. Evans feeling it out a bit. No good from outside.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Now Winslow still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And here's George. Oladipo for 3. Not going to go that time.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Prince kicks to Westbrook. And there's the pass to Evans. Shoots over King. Indiana again missing. Miami leading by 5. To the inside. And there's Oladipo on the assist by George. Oladipo's got his second basket of the night.
Great ball movement there.
And it's the Pacers ball. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
Both teams will be fighting hard in all these games. They can't split this series.
Timeout called the Pacers. Steve, we know you're not going to become an official anytime soon, but is there a rule you would change in the NBA right now if you could?
Yeah, I look at the zone defense. I would love to go back where you're guarding your guy in some form or fashion. I know when I played, there was totally different rules about the legal defense. and it was basically imaginary line right straight down the middle. If you crossed that line, you had to go and double team somebody. I look at it right now, there's teams that are so good, they're just kind of playing a zone, and it's forcing us to see teams take more three-point shots.
Now here's Prince. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. That misses, and he's 0 for 4.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Winslow, the pass to King. Kicks to Oladipo. Back to King. Three-pointer. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. King's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Prince outside. Pass to Turner. To stop the drought. The shot's good. Turner's got his second bucket of the game to go.
He can be masterful in there, especially when there's no rim protection.
Oladipo finds Nurkic. Back to Oladipo. And again, Miami with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Pacers trail by 11. Westbrook scanning the floor. Look at that jam.
Nice.
I mean, just beautiful.
I totally agree.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now, here's Oladipo. George with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. Here's Nurkic. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Outside Westbrook. Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And a moment now to see some numbers for George. He's averaging 20 points, just over 2 steals, and 6 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load and clearly is successful at it.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
The reason why is you like to get value every time down the floor. But that does take a lot of discipline.
And the Heat with some changes. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Bam Adebayo comes in for George. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Then for the Pacers, Zeller is checked in for Turner. Bogdanovich comes in for Taurean Prince. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Pacers trail by 9. Here's Larkin. Now here's Zeller. Dishes it to Bogdanovich. No good with the triple. There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. King against Evans. Pass to Winslow. He kicks it to Wade. No good off the back of the rim.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
Bogdanovich dishes to Evans. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Goodbye Winslow. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Heat on offense. They're on a 19-6 run. King, the pass to Wade. It's Wade again missing. Pacers trail by 9. Evans right side. Larkin in the corner. Stolen by Wade. .43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's King. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Evans kicks to Bogdanovich. Passes it to Leaf. Knocked away. 4 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Evans. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Evans has got his first bucket of the night. The pass to Whiteside. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Shot from the wing. And so it's the Miami Heat in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. Back to the action after this word. Dwayne Wade talked about the potential of this team as well as the challenges they face this season.
We understand our potential can develop to be a great team in this season. But that's the hardest part, is understanding your potential when you have guys who's never been through it, as a collective group. So that's the biggest challenge, is to understand, okay, we're good, guys. We can win some games, but can we get to the next level of being great?
That's the veteran mindset a player like Wade brings to the group.
Exactly. I mean, he's fully aware of the importance of experience, a true leader for his team.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
Nurkic is out there with Adebayo. Then it's Winslow. Then it's King. And it's Wade in at the 1. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's Winslow. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times are just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty starts to be questioned.
Both shots good from the stripe.
The 10th overall pick back in 2015, Justice Winslow has been fighting injuries, but he still has a chance to be very good.
Here's Larkin. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Leaf. Kicks to Zeller. Shoots over Nurkic. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Heat leading by 8. In the corner, Winslow with it. Back to Wade. Pass to King. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami. 4th in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3. And, of course, Indiana, a few slots below them.
And, for the Heat, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
I don't think they played their best basketball. So if things do come together for them before the end of the regular season, look out.
You got to respect how under control Bogdanovich is. When he's penetrating quickly inside, he makes the D hit him on the way up. 2 shots.
Throw good, Bogdanovich.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Wade kicks to Winslow. Passes to King. And he dunks it down.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Pure hustle and will out there. He wanted the ball more, and he went up and got it with some style.
And here are the Pacers now after the Heat pick up 2.
And they continue to control the glass.
To the paint.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
So a moment now to see the story on Jusuf Nurkic. Over the last month, getting it done. He's around 10 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
I totally agree. He has the IQ and the ability to take it up another level anytime he wants.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
And Bogdanovich, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
Miami with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. There's the pass to Wade. Shoots a fader, and the Heat get another bucket right there. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here's Larkin. Wade is covering. Here's Larkin. No points in the game yet for him. 4 on the clock. Pass to Magruder. 3-pointer on the way. But they'll get another chance. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Miami leading by 10. Wade feeling it out a bit. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Larkin finds Zeller. Stolen by Winslow. And it's the Heat on the break. Winslow's running, and the shot goes down. Wade's got his second basket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Down low, here's Zeller. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Winslow with it. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. He kicks it to Wade. Pass to King. 6 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Lets the 3 fly. Another miss by Wade.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Bogdanovich. Count it. Bogdanovich has got 9 points now in the quarter.
And you just have to admire that aggressive nature of Bogdanovich. He's just itching to pull the trigger as soon as the ball hits his hand.
Timeout called the Heat. Steve, you played with 6 different NBA teams. What's the best way to earn the respect of new teammates, for instance, in the case of you with the 6 different teams you played in?
I think, Kevin, being yourself in all situations. You come in and you do what we used to call the obvious. You play extremely hard. You're a good teammate, and obviously being on time, and you don't be one of those players that deviates from the system. Come in and follow the game plan, and don't try to go outside the game plan, and just be reliable and be disciplined.
Good perspective.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Now, here's Westbrook. 17 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
I thought for sure the defense was going to send that one back, but he somehow got that one up over the D and in.
To the paint with the putback. Sabonis grabs the board. Here's Magruder. Richardson covering. Double team on Westbrook. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Stolen by Winslow. Nobody near George. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. And that's now 9 points for George. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 16-point game. Prince outside. Pass to Turner. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. NBA awards are voted on by broadcasters and writers around the NBA. Do you think that's the best way, Steve, to pick an MVP?
Well, I really think there's some kind of way you got to have players more involved, being able to come out and be able to pick the MVP, because these are the players that are going up against these guys. I also would love to see where we have more of the defensive player of the year during the offseason, the rookie of the year in the offseason. Obviously giving out more of those awards for the playoffs as well.
And you got to, of course, beware of it becoming a popularity contest, too.
Yes, totally.
It's George on the wing. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Sabonis against Winslow. Turner dishes to Westbrook. Kicks it out to Prince. No good with the triple.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Now, here's Nurkic. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Just 5 to shoot. Oladipo for 3. Another shot. Nurkic can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Inside, here's Sabonis, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The players you see here contribute as much on D as they do at the other end of the court. A list of the steal leaders among point guards. Number 1, Victor Oladipo. 4th, Russell Westbrook.
And not only are these players tremendous at picking a ball handler's pocket, but as terrific point guards, they also know how to jump into passing lanes and get a steal or deflection that way as well.
What I love about it, these guys are dialed in defensively. That's the game plan for these guys. Defensive mindset first.
Tyreke Evans is checked in for Russell Westbrook. The Heat have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. That free throw good from George.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And doing a good job from the line here in the second quarter.
Magruder passes to Prince. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Prince has got his first bucket in this one.
Taurean Prince brings intensity, comes off the pick and roll, and thinks attack.
Oladipo. And Oladipo stays with it. And the Heat lead by 18.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Here's Magruder. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Nurkic against Sabonis. That one drops for him. Miami leading by 16. Now a timeout called by Miami. And some changes here for the Heat. Whiteside comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Adebayo subbed in for Winslow. On defense, Indiana. Now Oladipo. He's got 9. Adebayo kicks to Whiteside. Over Turner. Again, the miss by the Heat. Pacers trail by 16. It's Prince on the wing. Over George. Prince misses.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Prince against George. Whiteside finds Oladipo. Here's Evans. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Richardson against Evans. Richardson dishes to Whiteside. Goes up the baseline. And the shot is long.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Evans. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Evans has got his second basket of the night. Here's Oladipo. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Whiteside kicks to Oladipo. And it's off from three-point range. Pacers trail by 14. Prince outside. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by George. Oladipo outside. 1:25 left here in the second. Prince against George. Shot clock at 5. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
And how good has he been at the line?
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First one falls for him. The Pacers making a change here. Larkins checked in. And so he makes both from the line.
They've upped their percentage to around 90 from the line today. Great job this quarter.
Evans kicks to Prince. the pass to Sabonis. Back to Prince. Off target from three-point range.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this lead. He's been off all night.
To the inside. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo. Oladipo's got 11 points.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on him.
Now here's Prince. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Bogdanovich has checked in for the Pacers. Richardson against Bogdanovich. Lob pass to George, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Reads the play, quick reaction, almost comes up with that steal.
That's tipped. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He's got 6.
Tyreek is good at playing bigger than his size. A great finisher, close to the cup.
And here's Oladipo. 4 seconds left. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. And the Heat lead by 18. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Miami. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are in control of this game, up by 18. Kenny?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Sub, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seem to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
A great look at American Airlines Arena right on the shores of Biscayne Bay as we welcome you back to Miami. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
And it's the Heat with the ball. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game on the court for Indiana. Sabonis and Turner inside. Bogdanovich out there with Larkin. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. Now here's Whiteside. The kick out to Oladipo. 5 on the clock. From deep. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now, here's Bogdanovich. Pass to Larkin. Shoots the 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Oladipo outside. Pass to Richardson. Kicks to George. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. George has got the first basket of the second half here for the Heat.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score. All the officials are all over that one.
That's his first personal foul. The Heat have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Oladipo. Oladipo hits them both. And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. It's stolen by Oladipo. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Count that one.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the free throw, no good. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. Bogdanovich passes to Larkin. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Prince outside, 6 to shoot. Here's Turner. The shot, no good. Nice D from Oladipo. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. He dishes it to Whiteside. Oladipo.
Oh, did you see that?
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
That's what's extending this lead. The right plays, right time, and good finishing.
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Turner. No good, unable to end this run.
Really, a lack of focus coming out of the break. So far, they are 0 for 3. Hassan Whiteside said growing up, he never had a backup plan. He was going to be an NBA player. His huge size made that a pretty safe bet.
Timeout called the Pacers. And you just don't see many players with the kind of length that Hassan Whiteside possesses.
Did you know on his tiptoes he can grab the rim with both hands, and he's pretty athletic for his size. Those physical tools just about off the charts.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Shane Larkin. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Westbrook from down in the low post. It goes. Westbrook's got 10 points.
That was their 4th attempt of this half. They finally got one to go down.
And it's time for an injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Russell Westbrook. What's the news, David?
Well, guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Pacers. Not what anyone wanted to hear, as it sounds like it's a severe injury. That is such a tough blow to take at the early stage of this season. Hopefully, with it being early, he can recover and help this team down the road. Kevin?
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
I know he'll fight back hard to get back on the floor. He wants to be out here with his teammates.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Lob pass to George. It's Adebayo, top of the key. Oladipo finds Whiteside. Shoots over Turner. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. For Indiana, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. On the wing, Turner. Outside, Bogdanovich. Just 5 on the clock. Over Richardson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Here's a look at some stats for Richardson. How last month turned out for him, averaging 13 points per game, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
I totally agree. He has the IQ and the ability to take it up another level anytime he wants.
On the wing, George, guarded by Prince. Prince against George. Over Prince. And that one's good. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Not letting his team down. He's been very strong. He just needs a little help from his teammates.
Richardson, the bounce pass. Right side dishes to Oladipo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. 5th best, Miles Turner.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
Shoot 2.
That's good from Oladipo.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit, getting to the foul line here in the second half.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Zeller, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Rodney McGruder comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Larkin in for Bogdanovich. Oladipo hits them both. Westbrook with it. He's got 10. Double team on Westbrook. The dish to Zeller. Poked loose. Takes the 13-footer. That misses off the backboard. Heat on offense. They're on a 16-4 run. The shot by George, no good. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Indiana. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's foul number 2 for him. Nurkic checked in for the Heat. King comes in for Josh Richardson. Larkin looking it over. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Friday, they'll head home to take on the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Monday, they'll tip it off. A road trip beginning in Oklahoma City where they'll take on the Thunder.
And for that matchup with the Clippers, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Now, here's Oladipo. 21 points in the game. Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Larkin. Pass to Westbrook. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
I like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
And it's George finishing it off.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Here's Larkin. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Zeller kicks to Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Here's Larkin. And it's sent back by George. Oladipo outside. Knocked away. Westbrook with the steal. To the middle. Here's Sabonis. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 3rd assist on the night. For Miami, they've gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. George looking around. From the stripe. Here's Nurkic. And the layup's good off the glass.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Here's Magruder after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Puts it up from 12, and there's the bucket from Magruder. Magruder's got his first points of the game.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Oladipo outside. Nurkic against Sabonis. The kick out to Oladipo. Just 4 to shoot. Good work there as it goes. Oladipo's got 23 points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Westbrook against King. Now Westbrook, 12 points for him. And there's the pass to Larkin. From deep three-point range, that one misses. And Miami the other way now. Here's King. No good off the back of the rim.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Pass to Magruder. Pulls up on the wing, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
Whiteside gives enough space, waits, elevates. Quality block shot by the big fella.
And some changes here for the Heat. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Whiteside. Josh Richardson comes in for George. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Victor Oladipo. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Zeller. TJ Leaf comes in for Sabonis. Prince is checked in for Rodney Magruder. And Tyreke Evans is subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
What athleticism. That was an incredibly acrobatic move.
Larkin kicks to Prince. Pass to Leaf. And the basket is good. Leaf's got his first basket of the night.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Passes it to King. The pass to Wade. Count that bucket. Wade's got 6.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Larkin, the pass to Evans. 1:44 left here in the third quarter. Here's Larkin. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. For 3. And it's Evans missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Basket good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Larkin finds Turner. It's stolen by Wade. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Here's Wade. Softly drops in the floater. 8 points for him.
Wade's got a whole bag of tricks for finishing inside. Sometimes the floater is the right fit.
Larkin kicks to Turner. Dishes to Evans. Here's Leaf. Covered by Winslow. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Larkin. Indiana again missing.
He can't get anything to fall this quarter. And obviously that's dragging the whole team down.
And here's Wade. Pass to Nurkic. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. That's now 8 points for Nurkic.
A lost art in this game. Terrific bounce pass.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Heat running away with it. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. They've got Dwayne Wade, Justice Winslow out there with Adebayo. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's King at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Steve, looks like we may not have any more sleeved jerseys anymore as you look back. Is this the end of an era or the end of an error, a mistake?
Either way, I am happy, Kevin. I just didn't like the look.
I am too.
And I couldn't imagine being a player, being able to try to shoot the basketball with sleeves.
It made no sense.
Not at all. So I'm looking forward not to see guys wearing, I would call it T-shirts.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Hey, yo, wait.
King, left side. The Pacers pull it in. Now here's Evans. Here's Larkin. Outside, Bogdanovich. Zeller passes to Leaf. 5 to shoot. The fader. Off the left rim and out. Leaf's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Evans against King. In the corner, Winslow with it. He kicks it to Wade. Pass to Adebayo. King against Evans. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Steve, more and more we're seeing NBA players speak out on societal issues. Do you think it's gone too far in any way, or do you think it should go even farther?
No, I think players should speak up. I think in all, all our 4 major sports and in any possible way, I think guys should get a chance to weigh in on what they feel individually. Freedom of speech, and I think our players is just like everybody else. You have freedom of speech. You should be allowed to speak up on issues.
First free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Larkin kicks to Evans. Shoots over King. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
Wade passes to King. Now Winslow, covered by Evans. Clock at 6. Passes it to Wade. From deep. Evans with the rebound. And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Kicks to Bogdanovich. Steve, do you think the NBA is heading to a place where ideal lineups will have 5 capable playmakers on the floor, like a more of a positionless game?
Yeah, I think so, Kevin. I think right now teams are trying to find a guy that's 6'7", 6'8", that defensively can play, guys that are larger, and then on offensive end, somewhat a la Draymond Green, can run point guard for you. So I think right now that's the size and skill set people are looking forward to.
Wait a minute, you just described yourself.
The only difference was we had guys that were 7'2", 7'3", 350, so I had to play the guard position.
Here's Larkin after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Outside Bogdanovich. From the arc. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. They'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Here's Wade. And it's Wade again missing. Pacers have gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway. Evans outside. Indiana again missing. He'd have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's the feed to Winslow over Bogdanovich. Nails the baby hook.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Here's Larkin. The pass to Leaf. Down low. Evans against King. Evans kicks to Leaf. To end the drought. And once again off the mark by Indiana. He'd have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his third foul of the game.
And you have to like how they're getting the ball inside this half. They didn't have as much success in the paint earlier, but they're finally getting it done down low.
And a new group in for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Paul George comes in for Winslow. Richardson, he's checked in for King. And it's Oladipo in for Dwayne Wade. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Sabonis comes in for Leaf. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Shane Larkin. Now here's Evans, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Richardson against Evans. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Sabonis. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 15 rebounds here tonight. On the wing, George. Guarded by Prince. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, there's a lot of things that are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches or general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Indiana's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Westbrook kicks to Turner. Westbrook against Oladipo. Prince dishes to Turner. 5 on the clock. Poked loose. Can they get it? That one a little long.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
You know, easier said than done. What they need to do is string together some positive plays, try to turn the tide.
And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Now, here's Sabonis. He kicks to Westbrook. Good chance here for George. The Pacers pull it in. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Prince wide open. From outside, off the mark. Miami's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. George. He's off on that one. Prince with the defensive effort. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
Westbrook with it. Second chance shot. Pass to Sabonis. Kicks it to Evans. It's Prince on the wing. Defended by George. Clock at 4. Fires for 3. Prince misses.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
Oladipo outside. Back to Richardson. Passes it to George. From about 16, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. George has got 10 points in just the second half. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
George against Prince. Paul George with the steal. Here's Richardson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Steve, the NBA playing games in foreign countries now during the regular season. You think that'll become a more common occurrence?
I do, Kevin. I think they do a good job of getting a chance to, I would say, gather all the fans around the globe. Our game is going more global. And I think some of the players and some of the teams, they love it. I think a lot of times if they make sure the NBA, they're not sending the exact same teams and get a chance to spread the wealth, I think it's a great idea.
That's good from Richardson. Now Evans. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Oladipo. The pass to Richardson. Banked in off the glass.
Mr. Dependable tonight, helping them grow this lead.
Feeds it to Prince. Pass to Sabonis. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. Trying to get something going. Unable to get that one. The Heat go the other way with it. Outside, George. Nurkic finds Richardson. It's rebounded by Indiana.
How is it possible? Wide open too.
And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's foul number 2 for him. There's only the Basketball Hall of Fame that is shared among all basketball organizations, Steve. Do you think there should be an NBA Hall of Fame?
You know, Kevin, I do. I mean, I love the way we've done it, and obviously it's been successful. But, you know, the Basketball Hall of Fame is your entire body of work. And I think sometimes we don't understand that that's from high school, college level into the NBA. Whereas, you know, there's some guys are making it because of that, and there's some guys getting slighted because of that. So I do think one day we should just have the NBA Hall of Fame, just like the NFL.
Now Oladipo, after Bogdanovich missing on that last three-pointer. Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
So many of Whiteside's points, they come on dunks.
Westbrook kicks to Prince. They need this, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Miami. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Outside, George. Pass to Adebayo. Sabonis with the steal. Here's Westbrook. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Player podcast, something we're hearing more of, and it's a growing trend. Good idea, or do you think it could get some guys in trouble?
Yeah, some guys, it does a good job of helping their brand, and we love to see guys getting a chance to do other things off the court. And then there are some guys who get a little loose, and they reveal some secrets, or they say some things they wish they could take back. So I think it all comes down to the individual. You gotta understand media before you try to jump out and start doing these podcasts.
Well said.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Heat.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Victor Oladipo.
How about the rhythm he got into tonight? Unstoppable at the offensive end. And the coach was smart. He kept calling his number.
Now, here's Oladipo, following the miss by Miles Turner. Oladipo, the pass to George. Back to Oladipo. Oladipo draws the double. Just 3 to shoot. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Nine seconds left in the fourth quarter. Count it, good.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one, they have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just we're pretty good. We play great together, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.